So I'm in Sardinia by myself. Then my wife is still in London. I'm going for a surf in yeeewww, that is on the west coast of Sardinia. I'm actually from Cagliari, that is the main city. It's a beautiful day, 20 degrees, nice blue sky. Surf is not too crazy. We'll probably have around a meter and a half with 7 seconds period, but not too bad. Yeah, I'm basically here waiting for our new visa for Australia, and then is in London. I actually realized that I never really explained what is our situation, because in the previous videos we kind of like jumped from one place to another, Australia, Indo, South Africa, all over the show. So we were in Australia, in Sydney. We were there with a temporary visa. At the time, both our jobs were on the skill visa list. Basically, you have to create a profile based on your age, your nationality, your English proficiency, and your years of experience in your trade. You have to get your trade recognized by a third party. It's a very long, expensive process. So we ended up doing that, and then you can actually lodge an expression of interest for these lists, and then eventually, if you have enough points and your profile is kind of like pretty competitive, you may get invited from one of the states that you applied for. Could be New South Wales, could be Queensland, Victoria, WA. Then you may get invited for either a PR or original visa, 5 years. So anyway, long story short, after a year and a half, we decided to leave Australia. We went to Indo for a little while. Went back to Sardinia in Italy to visit my family. We spent Christmas there, and then we went to Cape Town, South Africa in January to visit parts of Ben's family and friends. And in the meantime, we were kind of like sussing out different options and where do we want to be. We left Australia pretty bleak. It was kind of like a very hard decision to leave because we loved it there. I knew that I was in love with Australia in general, and also then I had a great time. So yeah, it was pretty tough overall. But yeah, we started sussing out, different options in Italy or in South Africa, different visas for either of us depending on the place. And then while we were doing all of this, they released a new scheme for Australia, this direct entry. So we started, talking about it, and before we knew, we started really thinking about going back. So yeah, it's a bit of a roller coaster. We loved Cape Town. It's an insane place. Very similar vibes to Sydney. Kind of like similar lifestyle. We love Sardinia as well, but maybe it's very quiet and it's not obviously as international as Sydney or Cape Town. And we kind of like thrive into, maybe a bigger city with different connections with people from everywhere in the world. So, we spent some time assessing and deciding, and then we decided to try one more time, and we applied for the visa for Australia. So another temporary visa, and we'll see when we get there if we'll manage to jump in a more permanent visa, or we're gonna eventually move back to Europe or South Africa or UK. Sounds like a bit of I'm making it probably more complicated than what it is. At the end of the day, we are really fortunate and spoiled for choices. We know that not everybody has all these options, and they're all great options. you know, as long as we can, we're trying to have some adventures and try things and explore and travel the world, and you know, then we kind of like at the point where we are seeking a little bit more stability, and we would like to settle a little bit more, but you know, they always say time is now. The time is now, and so we're trying to make the most we can out of, you know, we're still fairly young. I'm 39, Dan's 39 as well. Even though sometimes you may think, oh, it's, you know, we're approaching 40 and things change, and you know, but whatever, it's just a number on your ID, passport eventually. So yeah, in the meantime, we left Oz, went to Indo, went to Sardinia in Italy, went to Cape Town, South Africa, back to Italy, and then went UK for a month, and then stayed there now for work, and I came back here to stay with my family a little longer. In the meantime, we got the visa, and we'll probably, yeah, we just need to book our flights and go back to Oz soon. Anyway, I still have about maybe 45 minutes drive. I'll talk to you in a sec when I get there. Right, just came out. It wasn't amazing, but still, we went for a little swim. I was in the water for about maybe an hour and a half. Pretty good, no complaints. Just gonna have some food and then start driving back. Woo!